What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3, our Axis Italy campaign. As you will notice immediately, I made some changes to the save game. I had to do it. I'm going to explain them quickly. So what I did is I edited the save game so that Egypt, Palestine, Jordania, or Jordan, and Iraq are now Italian puppets in the Axis. The music might be a bit loud. Let's correct it quickly. I don't have to shout over the music. So I basically liberated Egypt, Palestine, Jordan, and Iraq, which joined the Axis freely by itself. I changed into a Italian puppet. And the reason is Iraq. And then I also took control of all the provinces even when they were under Iraqi control, and this is most notably true for Havas, which is a crucial province. As you can see, it does have a base production of 40 units of oil. And Iraq was occupying it, but it had martial law enforced, which reduced the oil output of that province to 0. And I think it is reasonable that Italy coming, I don't want to downplay the Iraqi achievements. When I was in the early North African campaign and Iraq flipped and came into the Axis, Iraq did a great job at keeping the British at bay, and it helped against the other British puppets or colonies in the area, namely Jordan and Palestine, and together we took control of the entire Middle East. But later on I couldn't turn around and use my divisions elsewhere. Over the course of the campaign, I moved a total of 21 divisions into the Middle East, most of them to help Iraq against the Persians, who were out at the same time as Iraq switched to the Axis. Persia was occupied by Allied forces, namely British and Indian troops, and flipped into an allied independent state. So I had to help Iraq, and I think in this sense it is fair that I exert a great deal of political power over Iraq. So that's why I made it a puppet via save game editing. I had to do the same thing with Kuwait. I attacked it and defeated it, of course, quickly, but my political status as part of this mod didn't allow me to puppet it. For my laws, I think I would have had to be in a totalitarian system or repression at least in order to be able to puppet states. But I think, when you look at the military, the headcount that I'm investing here, that's an army, it's 2 armies of 250,000 soldiers, Italian soldiers fighting between the Persian Gulf and the Caspian Sea and the Caucasus. Also to the benefit of Iraq. I also think I should have been able to pacify Egypt. I keep troops here, I keep rebels at bay. And in reality, in real actual history, there were actually quite a few Egyptians looking forward to shed British rule So I think it's not unreasonable for Italy as a considerable power, and now in the third year of controlling most of the Arabian Peninsula, most of the Indian Ocean and East Africa. I think it would have been reasonable for Italy to be able to form puppet regimes, and especially I'm sure if Italy took control of Persian oil fields, it would do its very best to make that oil available by sending in engineers and experts to ramp up oil production. It's not like there's a close call in any way. We control all the formerly British and Omani bases on the Persian Gulf. We haven't seen a British fleet in a long time in the Persian Gulf or in the Indian Ocean. So I think I'm entirely entitled to those edits to the safe game. I think that's it is realistic and reasonable, so that's what I did, in case you're wondering. Yeah, so let's continue where we started off previously, or where we left the campaign previously. Let's push it forward. Our biggest problem right now is Central Africa. Here we have a lot of disorganized units fleeing to the north into very poor territory, and especially in terms of infrastructure. I'm unable to supply this area, and if I lose this province here, Mwanza, I'll be in big trouble. I might lose those units. We're looking at about 20, 27, 35, 42,000 soldiers alone in this province right now, and then we have an additional roughly 30,000 soldiers on the way east on their retreat. So I'm going to have to be very careful about this province here. I have to delay the British as much as possible and see if I can save about 70,000 Italian troops. So let's see what we can do. At the same time, of course, we are yeah, if I haven't mentioned this, I also made Oman a not an independent country, but a puppet state that's in the Axis now. All these countries now have a truce with the Axis, which they were formerly fighting against. I didn't do anything else. I didn't give them any boost in terms of any supplies or raw materials or IC or whatever. These countries have what they have. They have the infrastructure that they have. So no changes there. I didn't give them any troops or manpower or whatever. So there is no, gamey or cheating activity going on. I'm not really improving my situation other than having these countries being members of the Axis again, or real members and not just occupied territories without any addition in terms of resources. I mean, that's the main reason how these countries at least are able to properly produce resources, which I think would have been possible after 2 or 3 years of occupation. I think it's not an unfair move that I did. Yeah, so let's unpause the game, see if everything works well. I haven't unpaused the game since my save game edit, so if anything goes wrong, we will see it live here on the stream. Soviet Union, of course, is also a front. By the way, I did notice that the Germans are trying to link up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this attack here. And I'm going to support the attack that the Germans are launching here, and now I can't use my light armor apparently for this attack, because at the same time we're being attacked from Vorontsovka. Our transports are back in Ancona. We have returned the motorized support brigade. Our fleet is arriving from the Persian Gulf. Transjordan, now a Italian puppet in the Axis, signs the Anti-Comintern Pact. Expect these countries to slowly build up their forces, but right now, of course, can't expect too much. And Oman signs the Anti-Comintern Pact. OCB 84, good night. Yes, big Soviet attacks happening, but I think we will be okay. The militia has arrived in Ikoma. I'm not sure. I should probably not send the light armor division into the forest. I think I'll just have the militia keep moving. I'm going to have to attack into Tabora at least. Again. Because I need to slow the British down. Losing Mwanza would be extremely bad for my forces in Central Africa. And I'll also have to focus my attacks on Tabora. I have to slow the enemy down at all costs. I'm going to have to ship in an additional Marine Infantry Division that I have currently in Aden. I don't know, are my transports on the way back yet? Yes, they are here. Pick up an additional Marine Infantry Brigade. The theater here in Central Africa is a bit problematic, because if I'm losing Mwanza, I have 5 divisions, 5 good infantry divisions fleeing north into very bad territory, poor infrastructure. 20% here and 10% here only, although I'm building up infrastructure here, so I at least could have supplies flow through. Cannot be supplied due to lack of infrastructure. If I had 20%, I could at least have supplies flow through here, which is why I have the transport planes in Mombasa as well. But I'm worried about having these divisions locked up here in Central Africa, pretty much without supplies, so that's my main concern. The fleets are slowly arriving back. In Aden, Egypt signs the Anti-Comintern Pact as well. Okay, we slowed Mwanza down to... They're actually still attacking. Battle progress here is 92%. But I think at least here we might be able to link up with the German and Romanian and Hungarian troops on the Crimean Peninsula. This might be a success. And then we are facing a counterattack in northern Persia. As we are trying to clean up this pocket just south of the Soviet border. Battle of Kigoma is won because we have an additional infantry division in here. We only have one left, 5th Division, to retreat from Belgian colonial territory. Kigoma looks safe for the moment, but the problem is here they are attacking with 3 divisions. This looks like... wait, this looks like 1 infantry division and the cavalry division with some armored elements. I think I'm going to have the Marine infantry attack immediately to slow this push. Know that I have the time to send them back to all the way to Ikoma or even Mwanza. By the way, let's see if we can match this division. Now an army reserve division. Yes, OCB, that's a very correct observation. We are finally balancing troops between theaters, and very often it comes down to a few more regiments that can make the difference. And I would like to be in a more comfortable position. I feel I have neglected the build-up of the ground forces somewhat. I think I only have a few more divisions in addition to those that I had at the beginning in 1936, and maybe a few more divisions would have been in order much earlier on. I'm trying to train more ground forces now, but it takes a lot of time. But thank you for your kind words, and your observations. They're always pretty spot on, I have to say. Battle of Novi who is lost. Which territory is this? Not sure. Where that is, but I think we are okay. I mean, our divisions are disorganized sometimes, but at least there are a lot of reinforcements moving, so that's fine. We're not solely responsible for any provinces at this point, and I have a somewhat organized infantry division that I can send forward to here, where I have 2 disorganized divisions, and hopefully we'll be able to take Linka eventually. Might even be able to cut off some Soviet divisions. Only a drop in an ocean, but 3 divisions less to face for us is better than nothing. My problem is Moanza. Battle progress is 79%. Can I retreat? I'm going to have these divisions move. There's only 1 division pushing us. We're about to push us out. Then we have a counterattack on Dodoma, where we have 5th Alpine Division for the pinning attack. Neither of these battles are going well. Neither the pinning attack is very successful at 35%, nor the defense. But I feel I have to keep the pressure up. It'll take a lot of time until the first Libyan division wants to take roughly a month to arrive in Dodoma. Meanwhile, the mountain infantry will arrive in 3 days. In Singida. Second Eritrean division already stopped its attack. Going to counterattack here as well. Which means that probably... Wait. There is something I can do. I can have 4th division retreat this way. So at least 4th division will not retreat here into the jungle, northwest of Lake Victoria. And then maybe one of these divisions heading into Mwanza, either 19th or 1st, or 3rd CCNN, or even 5th division. We'll make it in time before the Brits can take Mwanza. And then in Persia, we have defended on the outskirts of Tehran. And I'm debating sending the light armor north, where it has better territory to fight in. rather than the mountainous region along the coast. Priority here is clearing up pocket. The problem is, while Palestine signs the anti-comintern pact, my problem is supplies here. No local supplies, so all my infantry divisions are sitting still. Yes, they are waiting for supplies. I have one division on the move, this 4th. Not an infantry division, but they are also out of supplies. I'm wondering if I should bring back the transport wing. I only recently redeployed to Central Africa. The transports are in Aden. We need the Marine Brigade in Dar es Salaam. Or maybe in Mombasa. Maybe Mombasa is actually a better port to drop them off. They won't take that long to arrive at the critical area on the front. Forceful counterattacks by the Soviets, and the Battle of Dodoma is won, luckily. We have a problem here. None of these divisions seem to be moving fast. Here we have 15 days, more than 2 weeks. Here we are looking at 2 weeks as well. Three weeks almost. 3 weeks as well. Once I might fall. Unless I can keep delaying the British. Seems that we got some supplies in here. This might be due to the safe game editing. It changed some of the supply flows. I'm going to push 12th and 6th Division ahead. The hopes of clearing this pocket quickly. Yeah, the troops in Central Africa, they're suffering. Battle for Chaplinka is won. Looks like we're going to cut off some Soviets. About sending in first light armor division to support this defense. I don't want to lose this province in the process. Now the Soviets start moving here. I absolutely hope that they don't have the time to save their divisions. Meanwhile, we have some transports dropping off assault battalions. Wait, battles did stop here in Central Africa. Okay, we're finding the Indians fighting on the Persian command, completely disorganized, completely out of supplies, supposedly. And 2nd Marine Brigade has actually arrived earlier. I checked a few days ago, it's at 6th of June, now only June 5, so they are here and they have started the attack on the moving enemy. I'll have this attack supported by the Light Armor Division in the north and by the mountain troops in the east. Hopefully we can buy some time for our... What is this? Is this 2nd Corps? Yep, 2nd Corps. And 3rd Corps. Battle of Ohar is one. Here we're still some supply issues. Supply depot is Tripoli, 147 nodes away. Quite strange. I do have a port here. Actively supplying this port. Also thinking about this, I probably need a resources convoy. From Ebehan to Toronto. Because it should ship in the oil. Hopefully. Now there are some supplies arriving. Let's see if we can capture Tabriz. Both our divisions are able to move again. Somehow our metal and energy situation is massively improving. So the oil seems to flow now. While we engage Nepalese troops in the remaining pockets. Another attack on the Doma. Palestine is mobilizing. Cancel the Alpine Division's attack again. We're having success with attacks on convoys. Also good. Okay, we have opened a corridor to the Crimean Peninsula. Now the question is, can we secure it? Unfortunately, we lose Urivka. I'm not sure. These Romanian troops might be retreating from Ostanka, I don't know. We'll get the reinforcements in time. There is some German motorized infantry moving. At the same time, we need to keep the connection here with Chaplinka, so looks pretty messy right now. I'm not too worried with the high troop density that the Axis has here. I think overall we should be able to hold the front line. Hopefully destroy these 3 Soviet divisions here. Here I'm attacking over a river, but battle looks like it is in my favor. The Naval Infantry Brigade has arrived. I'll strategically redeploy it further west in an effort to try to save this connection south of Lake Victoria. This is some bugginess in the game. Egypt grants transit rights to the United Kingdom. No sense at all. Egypt is now an Axis puppet. Not sure if I should react to this. I can do. It even sees the UK as a threat. No idea why the AI would decide that it should grant military access to the United Kingdom. Maybe I should just call them to. I'm going to start to train a few additional officers as well. I have to face a counterattack here with our disorganized mountain infantry division. I'll launch a quick probing attack to see what's in this province. 4 infantry divisions, 2 of which are motorized. Disorganized South African Infantry Division. Total of 83,000 troops. We're definitely slowing the British down. I think that's good. But right now we don't really have a chance of kicking them back across this river. And even the Belgians now arrive at their depleted ghost divisions. Which way is this division going to retreat? It's going to retreat into Kondoa. We'll give up Dodoma momentarily. And have 5th Division reorganize. Meanwhile, 1st Division, 1st Libyan Division push forward. Can butt its heads with whatever the allies are sending in here, slow them down. Whatever buys me time in Mwanza is okay with me. We're being driven out of Nihurivka. Here we're holding on. Who else is in the fight with us? It's only the Italians fighting now. The Romanian and Hungarian divisions are in reserve. I'm not quite sure. I'll have the light armor retreat. Retreat towards Dobre. Seems safe for the moment. And then 3rd Division. Actually, Volinska fell in the meantime, so I'll have 29th Motorized Division move in. And 3rd Division will retreat the same way. Her ground crew training is improved. Can tech out of this. What are important doctrines now? keep up to date mountain warfare equipment. Let's focus on infantry, then armor, then fighters, then bombers. What's going on in terms of research anyway? Special forces is next tech to finish. Area crew training. Happy with that. Artillery guns, that's good. Submarine design principle. Okay. And air warning equipment. Tank guns, that's good. Industrial efficiency is good. Okay. The battle for Tabor are not going great. The Marine Infantry Brigade disorganized as well. Slowing the Brits down. I think 1st Division will be the first to arrive in Mwanza. 10 days. Current estimate. We have a Persian counterattack on 17th Division in Iraq. Let's see planes here, but we also have light armor division swoop in. And what we can do. Like the Iraqis are being driven out of Abhar. Seems to have been a counterattack out of Tehran. 12 infantry regiments in Tehran right now. So I'm going to need these divisions to speed up their operation in the west so I can turn them east. A deficit in energy still. Rare materials. Keep in mind. I'm not sure these counterattacks are working. All the allies are reclaiming territory. Divisions are completely depleted, but we will have 3 militia regiments in Mwanza. Yeah, cancels a trade agreement. Like Yemen doesn't have transports. We are still not getting the support that we need to hold Bashdanka. Difficult. Kherson is won, 3 Soviet divisions destroyed. 13th Division will capture Kherson. Actually, no. Wait. 13th Division will move up to Dobre, to the front, and we can capture province with the HQ. Something to note is Ethiopia is pulling back all its troops from the Persian front. Apparently it doesn't consider it important anymore. So here the Battle of Arak is won, 17th Division is forced to retreat. Not the end of the world. Keep the Persians busy around Tehran, east of Tehran. Problem is Oshtanka in the central Ukraine. I'd be happy if I lost this province. Love Tabriz is one, but we still haven't captured the city, taking time. In Tabora we managed to drive one infantry division back. So maybe at least they're not trying to capture Mwanza, which means I can take it with my divisions and hopefully hold it until these divisions reorganize the supply situation here. Okay, 1st and 2nd Armored Corps HQs are now on the front line. Because Oshtanka lost. And we mount a offensive. Looks like we can. Italian submarines are convoy hunting off the coast of Madagascar. About the 2nd Marine Brigade. It would be very helpful if it moved quickly. It looks like 3rd CCNN Division 21st of April will secure Mwanza at least temporarily, while it also looks like the British have abandoned their attempted capture of Mwanza for the moment anyway. Now more Soviet troops are in attack alter, so we'll cancel it. Time being. Germany cancels a trade deal for supplies, which will save us supplies, but will cost us money. Jablinka fell again, and we have no connection to Crimean Peninsula anymore. Germans have been driven out. The Soviet counterattack north of the Dnieper River, north of Mykolaiv, worked. Front was too weak. Looks like we will lose connectivity again. And right now, I'm busy defending. I prefer not to lose Mykolaiv. And Kherson, actually, it would be easier to maintain connectivity if we had troops in Kherson as well. I'll send 2 divisions over to protect Kherson, hopefully. We're inflicting a lot of damage on Allied convoys. Indian Ocean. See if we can counterattack. As to stop the Soviet attack here on Yelenets. It looks like Mwanza will be safe, and thereby bulk of the Italian troops as well. I will hopefully be able to clean up this mess here in Central Africa. Also, Iraq has been saved. 5th Light Armor Division has arrived and is securing the place, but we're under attack immediately by 2 British divisions under Persian command. Third CCNN division has arrived in Mwanza, but is under attack immediately. I have more divisions arriving soon in Mwanza. By the way, who's attacking us? 12th South African Infantry Division and 18th Mountain Infantry Division out of Karema. Sixth Light Armor Division has arrived. Kherson. These are all Italian divisions. That's an exclusively Italian operation. The attack on Boszczanka, trying to recapture this province. Battle for Mwanza is not looking great right now. At least we're slowing the Brits down much more. June 17 should arrive at 3 o'clock in the morning with a somewhat disorganized 1st Italian Infantry Division. 19th Division, which is almost fully organized, will arrive 2 days later. Let's see if we can hold out for this long. Battle for Boszczanka is won. We lose an energy trade. pocket is getting smaller. The Tabriz pocket. Which means we will soon have to think about what's going to happen with this force in the north, what's happening with Baku, south flank of the Caucasus, what's happening with the east of Persia. Finally, an additional Marine Infantry Brigade has arrived. The attack is slowed down again. 30%. The divisions are also gaining organization while they're retreating, which gives me hope that we can actually save most, if not all, of these divisions. Okay, so I gave a support attack mission for the 3 divisions under 8 Corps, and somehow my allies noticed and started an attack Treblinka. I don't know, I've doubled my crude oil stockpile. Pretty high crude oil income. Daily addition to the stockpile, but somehow my fuel stays at around 34. Not quite sure why that is. We also have an overproduction of supplies, so I'm going to try to improve my finances by selling supplies. Ten, 14, 18, 26, 31. Going to sell a total of 31 units now. All these trade deals. While we are finishing off the Persians. Wait. Ground attack by carrier air groups in Malta. British carrier air groups in Malta. If we can find out where the enemy is. And let's redeploy some forces to the Mediterranean. Namely the two carrier groups and 4th and 3rd Squadron. As we might have to chase down a British carrier task force. Again, Italians are providing support while 12th German Armor Division attacks. Novi Boo falls. Wonderful. Okay, I think we will stabilize the front here to be able to save everyone. And as we're nearing an hour and a half of stream, I think we will take a break here. I'll be back tomorrow with more of this campaign. I think this was a very good episode. We got the ball moving or rolling in the Ukraine. We're finishing up the Tabriz pocket, and in Africa, the worst disaster has been averted, I would say. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave this here. Thank everybody who stopped by. I wish you a good night, and I'll see you soon.